What's up, everyone? This is Bacon, and today I'm going to be doing an updated new player guide. I just made a new account that I'll be playing on top of my main account, and so I think this is a good time to kind of go over what you should be expecting as a new player, what you should be focusing on, and just the kind of general guidelines. I'm not going to go into super depth of certain things like expedition. I don't think that's really worth that's a whole another guide in itself. And a few other things I might not dig as deep, but I just want to give like an overlaying kind of just guide of what you should be doing when you first start out. So when you first start the game, you will kind of be put into the campaign screen, which is right in the middle. You can see down here, and then you will basically be kind of pushed through a few levels. What you want to do is just keep pushing as far as you get with those levels. You might be able to clear the first few chapters without really doing much. You will get a Celine as like a borrowed hero for a little while that you can use, and she should get you through basically all the levels. But once you get to a point where you can't progress any farther, you want to go to your heroes that you have and make sure that you're upgrading them and leveling them enough to kind of keep clearing levels and keep going. You'll need your purple essence and your blue hero, what is this, hero XP to level up, so make sure you have that. One thing to note with this, do not use these, the blue ones or the purple ones. I don't have any on me to show you, but it looks like this, but it'll have like the hours. Make sure you save those until you absolutely cannot push any farther and then use them, because the farther you push in campaign and Forked Fate, the more you get from using these. So if you don't want to use these as soon as you get them, you want to hold off until the very last moment when you cannot push any farther and you don't want to wait, and then you can use those. So you're going to be in a campaign, you're going to push as far as you can. As you progress, you're going to also unlock a few different things. The biggest one that you want to focus on is the King's Tower. The King's Tower is similar to campaign, except it doesn't increase your AFK resources that you gain. So when you progress in campaign and Forked Fate, and I will show you Forked Fate in a second, you get more passive XP and different items as you progress farther. So someone who's only cleared chapter 3 will get less resources per hour than who have cleared chapter 5 or 8 or 10 or whatever. But with Tower, you just get a flat rate resource. You do not get more experience or anything. You do get like a little bit more on like 90 versus 89. Kind of like those every 10 levels, I believe. There's every 5 actually. So every 5 you get a little beefier chunk of rewards. But these rewards are really great because you get purple essence, which is really valuable, and then you get the soul stones, which allows you to get more fodder heroes, which you will use to upgrade, and then obviously diamonds and hero essence are nice to have as well. So once you can't progress any farther in campaign, you're going to want to go over to Tower. You're going to want to progress in Tower as far as you can, and then you want to go back to campaign. And if you click down here, you might not have it unlocked right away. I forgot what chapter you actually unlocked Forked Fate. But once you have Forked Fate unlocked, you want to push that one as far too, and just kind of cycling between these 3 game modes, pushing campaign, getting some resources, doing Tower, getting some more resources, doing Forked Fate, getting some more resources, and then using those resources to like buff up your heroes, level them up, upgrade them past those 20 level markers to get those increased damage buffs and different buffs until you basically cannot go anymore. And that is when I would recommend using these to hopefully get you past the next thing. With the blue hero essence, I really don't think you really need to bother with these early on, but the purple essence is the ones you're going to want to wait to use until you are to the point where you cannot progress any farther. Now, let's just go left to right from the bottom and talk about the important things on here. Let's talk about the Tavern first. So the Tavern is where you're going to be summoning your heroes. Now, you're going to get a lot of scrolls and a lot of diamonds from just playing the game at the beginning. You're going to just get these resources from all sorts of areas. And then when you get them, you're going to want to summon them. And I mean, you can summon them individually, but 10 at a time is just better. You do get a discount if you summon 10 at a time with diamonds, so I would never recommend summoning just 1 at a time with diamonds, no matter how desperate you are. Always do 10 summons at a time. But basically, you want to use all your summons here. You have these summons for a reason. You get the scrolls, and you pretty much want to use all your diamonds for the summons, except for your daily XP boost, which I'll show you right here. On the campaign, you can do your fast rewards. You can collect these. You can do it 3 times. I'd recommend early on just to use all of them, including the ones that cost diamonds, because the resources are pretty valuable early on. But I would not do that until the end of the day. If you have time, if you are not someone who's trying super hard, it doesn't matter as much. But if you want to kind of min-max, you can wait to the end of the day before it resets and then continue on that way. So this is where you summon your normal ones. This is where you're going to get your faction scrolls. Depending on how you want to play, I would recommend using them on Wilders. The reason for this is, and I'm sorry for being sleepy, I'll try not to yawn anymore. But the reason for this is because you want to get Awakened Solace as soon as you can. She is a hero where you basically need 5 Ascended or close to fully maxed heroes in the Wilder faction. And so if you summon for Wilder heroes, you can get her at a quicker rate. So you want to probably summon for your faction scrolls for her. Or you could do it for Mauler heroes for Awakened Brutus, but the Wilder heroes in general are just the best faction in the game, so you will want to basically save them for her. Now, this changes every day. You can see today's Wilders, tomorrow will be Graveborn, the next day is Lightbearers and Maulers, and it just kind of fluctuates every single day. So you will want to save these until the Wilder day comes. Here's your friendship one. You get these from getting points from friends list. You send and receive them on your friends list. I generally just wait till I have 100 and just do 10 at a time. But if you're really in need for a hero and you want to kind of risk it, do one at a time. There's no penalty for doing that. Destiny summons, I would just not do anything here until there is a dimensional summoning event. Do not use your Destiny summon scrolls here, even though it may be tempting as a new player. Do not use them here. And then once you unlock Stargazing after you have 550 total pulls, you can summon from the faction or from the Stargazer. Generally, I would just hold on to your cards until you for sure know who you want to summon for. Taylene is a popular one to be summoned for first, but depending on what your priorities are when you play through, you can change that, or you can just hold on to them and just stockpile until there's a really, really, really good Hypogean or Celestial hero that you want to summon for. You can only get Hypogean and Celestial heroes directly from Stargazer. You can get them from normal summons, but it is a very low chance, and you cannot specify who you get. All right, now one thing that I did not mention, I'm adding this after I made this video, is once you summon 50 heroes, you will unlock the wish list. The wish list is really important when it comes to summoning. You do not want to just kind of willy-nilly summon at random because you'll get a lot of random heroes, and you want to kind of focus in on getting a lot of copies of heroes. The goal is to get as many copies of heroes that are not fodder so you can continue upgrading them, because you need a certain amount to get them ascended, and that is when you get a lot of your big power spikes. And so when you unlock the wish list, now this is for my free-to-play account, second account. This account is not based on metas. These are not all like the best heroes. So do not copy this wish list unless you want to troll yourself a little bit. This is a for fun account. I would recommend checking out the tier list video that I made and the wish list video that I made recently. I'll put that in the information below. So make sure you check those out if you want to know which heroes you should be focusing on early on. But this is where you can put in your different heroes for your wish list. I'll just mention a few notable. Mishka is a really good one early on for Graveborns. Mira's not bad. I think Graveborns are a little kind of weird. Hodgkin's kind of bad early on. As far as Maulers, Crassio's really good. And then as far as Lightbearers, Sanja is really good. But I just wanted to plug that in. You will unlock this wish list after 50 summons. Make sure you are putting heroes that either you want to play for fun or that are meta, so you get the good heroes. And then as far as whenever you get the purple card, whenever you make a certain amount of summons, you will unlock a purple card, which you can specify which faction you want to summon for. I would just use this on Wilders every single time early on. Now going down to the store. Now the store is going to have a few things you want to buy. One, the scrolls here, I already bought them, you can see. And then purple essence, I bought those, so make sure you buy those. One thing to note, The scrolls you can buy with diamonds, but it's at a better rate than if you were to just summon with diamonds. And the purple essence is with coins. There's not really much else you'll use coins for except for that and a few upgrades in the game. And as you progress in the game, your store will update. And when it updates, you get new purple essences. So make sure as you're progressing, you're just occasionally checking the store, buying the purple essence before your store upgrades. And then you can actually see here, once you clear stage 10-1, the store and items within it will be refreshed. So you can check here to see at what point it'll refresh. So make sure you buy what you want from there, buy all the purple essence, and then let it refresh once you get to the stage that it says, and then buy them again. You can miss out on some really valuable purchases here if you don't pay attention. Don't buy the gear, it's not really worth it. This is the arena store. As a new player, you'll probably want to start stockpiling the emblem choice chests, and then these 2 emblems. These will be used for upgrading signature items, which are gear for your characters. These 3 or 5 items you might want to focus a little more on as you get later in the game, but for now, just ignore them. If you do want to purchase a hero, Mortis is probably the only one that would be valuable early on to get. If you want to get one, but you do have to purchase these 4 times to get 1 copy of him. Next, the guild store. Do not buy any of these heroes, just buy the common scrolls, and then eventually you will unlock stones that you can use to upgrade your armor. You'll want to get those as well. You can see here, once you get to level 2 guild, you'll get these items. Don't buy them, they're bait. And then for the barracks, generally, you'll probably want to buy fodder. And ignore the purple ones. The bottom row, I would say just buy all of them out. You can specify which faction you want to get. So this is a Lightbearer one, Mauler, Wilder, and Graveborn. So if you really need 1 copy of a fodder hero, you can buy them specifically here. Otherwise, I would buy these. Fodder is pretty valuable early on. It kind of loses its value as you progress in the game, but early on, it's really important. Beast grounds, make sure you are going in here and capturing. You'll get bait from doing all sorts of things. The beasts are important because the more copies of them you get, the more you can ascend them. You want to prioritize getting the owl and the deer. And getting this guy's not bad too if you have some engaged heroes. And then for the resonating crystal, make sure you're putting your 5 heroes that you're wanting to upgrade. Generally, you want to put heroes that you have the most copies of. So you can see here, I have these 2, I have Turtle Man, and I have these 2, but I should probably swap them out for these 2 because I can't upgrade them past level 100 because they're not upgraded past Elite. You need to be Elite Plus to get to 120, so I should probably, once I have enough to actually upgrade 2 more heroes to 120, I'll probably put one of these 3 in just to increase the overall level of all my heroes. So you don't necessarily want to put all the heroes that you're using, but you do want to put in the highest ascended heroes, 5 ascended heroes that you have. And then I believe that's the most important thing for the first page. Make sure you're just auto ascending your kind of fodder heroes or whatever. And then you can use these to actually upgrade. Well, I don't have enough now, but you can use these to upgrade your heroes. General guideline, you don't ever want to use non-fodder heroes to upgrade. There might be a few situations where you might reconsider, but as a new player who's totally new to the game, I just say avoid it at all costs. Just use the fodder heroes. The fodder heroes are these heroes down here for light bearers. These ones down here for maulers. These 3 down here and this one. And then these ones down here for Graveborns. And if you try to use a hero, let's just try this. No, it won't let me do that one. Let's try. I don't even know if it'll let me. There's no. Okay, let's try this. So if I try to use Mishka, who is not a fodder hero, and I try to ascend, it'll say spin the following ascended heroes. That's basically saying you probably shouldn't do that. If you're using just fodder heroes, it will not give you that message. Now this page is a little confusing. Your bounty board, just make sure you're dispatching daily for this. Arena, make sure you're just doing your 5 battles for arena every day. So you can go in here, you can do your battles. Starting out, you'll just have one team, which will be really nice. You can just battle 5 times. Mostly you'll be dealing with bots until you get to like a lower rank, and then you'll actually get paired against real people. Thank you. Dream Realm. When you first start, you have to clear Dream Realm and clear these different stages. So just make sure you're trying to clear all the stages whenever these heroes come up. And then once you clear it, you will be able to fight the actual Dream Realm bosses to get like rewards every 4 or 5 days, 3 days. I don't know what it actually is. But for now, I would just say do as many battles as you can and then clear it. Voyage of Wonders. This will show you different events that are happening within the Voyage of Wonders. You can see here, there's the Track of Sands event. These are basically just maps where you can solve different puzzles and do different battles to get resources. There's a lot of really good valuable resources in these, so make sure you're doing these, especially early on. And then Peaks of Time are similar maps, but they're permanent. They're not temporary. So as you progress in the campaign, you unlock different Peaks of Times. You can see here, complete stage 1236, and I'll get this one. 1436, and I get that one. So make sure you're clearing these. For example, I can get 60 of these soul stones, all these resources, a lot of good stuff. So make sure you are not overlooking this. And then if you go to the Wondrous, basically Forest Mania is Candy Crush, but your rewards for playing it. Then Shadow Invasions is I forgot the name of it, but there's another game that you can. That's basically where you have a little character and you move around, you kill waves of mob enemies, and you get resources for doing that. Campaign, we already talked about this, but with your fast rewards, I would claim all 3 every single day as a new player. Make sure you are collecting these because you can only hold so much currency at once. And then, like I said earlier, you can switch your Forked Fate campaign. And then if you go up to Team Up Note, wait a second. Oh, I guess I can't see it. Generally, you can, oh, here you go. You can see who you're teamed up with here. You can share different heroes. So if you're wanting to switch which heroes you are letting them borrow, you can do that here. And then here you can actually kind of request different heroes to borrow from your teammate or your companion. This is just the page of all your heroes. Actually, let's go back. This is where you can click on your heroes. You can see what things you have equipped. You can read about their skills if that's interesting to you. And then you can also level up if you are at a point where you can level up. And then as far as your armor goes, I would not upgrade any of the armor. You should only upgrade armor when it is a mythic, which is the red. And if it is a faction-specific armor, you can see here, same thing. And you can just kind of look through your heroes. Oh, one more thing. And then there's another thing. You can see popular heroes. This just shows you the most popular heroes in the game. This isn't like a perfect tier list of like the best heroes, but generally really good heroes are going to be up here. So all these heroes that are in the top 10, 15, 20, I mean, the top 25 are pretty much all really solid heroes that you can definitely get a lot of usage at. And then at the bottom, you can see like where they're popular at in different parts of the game. And you can also see like where they are. So like chapters 25 and onward, Trisha is the most popular because she's really busted late game and mid game. But if you go to 1, it's Mishka, like kind of like the generic heroes that everyone kind of gets and uses early on. Same with the Beast. You can add different formations here. And then lastly, your guild. Make sure you are joining a guild. Guild is important because you get a lot of passive rewards, and you also get guild tokens, and you can also participate in guild events to get more rewards. So don't miss out on doing this. As far as like picking a specific guild, I think it's important to note that you're not going to get in the best guild in the game, but it's important to get in an active guild. So try to get in a guild that is active. You don't have to be getting first place in every single event, but I do think it's important to get in a guild that is active, because if 2 people are active, you're going to be getting a lot worse rewards than being in a guild with people are active. And this is where you can do guild hunting early on. I would just do your best heroes. You can see here, these are my best heroes. I'm just going to play them. I'm going to skip. I got a new record. There we go. Yay me. If you want to look at rankings on your server, you can see, or on your guild, you can see here what other people are doing. And you can also look at the guild rankings and see, what the top people are doing, just to get some ideas for different heroes to use. Depending on your server, you might not have like the best, but that's okay. You basically just need to get to a certain threshold eventually, and you're fine with the rewards. And then the last thing I want to talk about are these 2 different columns. Events here. This is where you'll find different events. Make sure you are getting involved with as many as possible. Make sure you're getting your free 10 pulls from the unlimited summons event. Make sure you're pulling for your, what's this called? Hero returns. Perks Bonanza. You just get a lot of free stuff. Already got my treasure for the day. This is one where you can basically, you get a little bit of free stuff, but you basically have to pay for all these to get these copies of Tavern. So if you are a spender or interested in spending, here is one way to spend and get some free stuff. Tavern is the best Celestial in the game, in my opinion. So if you are going to buy someone, she's not a bad one to get. But if you want to invest in her, you really got to max her out. So keep that in mind. And then here's just a few different events. I'm not going to get into details of those, but make sure you're just participating in events. And then adventures is where you're going to get like different hero trials, the Track of Sands event, which was the Voyage of Wonder that I talked about, different stuff like that. This is just, if you buy anything for $1 or more, you get a free Mishka and some resources. Lions Contest is just an event. Merchants is where you can buy different things in the game for real money, and you can just kind of go through here to see. If you're wanting to actually spend money, these $20 packs. Oh, there's only one. I think there's another one that comes up eventually, but these $20 ones are really good value. Just FYI. Traveler Notes is just more free stuff. Make sure you're claiming your rewards. Newbie, you get new stuff just from logging in every day. Make sure you're doing these. And also make sure you are collecting stuff from the Bootcamp. If you notice that you're kind of like falling behind on certain things, so like I haven't upgraded anything or done or shared a summon. So I should probably do that to get those free rewards. Same with these. Make sure I'm just collecting these. And then make sure you're getting all the stuff at the top. You get a chest at the end where you can recruit a Brutus or a Shamira. I would probably pick Shamira personally, because Brutus you really just need one copy of, and then he's fine. You'll probably get a Brutus at some point anyway. Get all heroes. As you progress in campaign, you will get free heroes. You can see once I get to chapter 1010, I get a free Tavern. These ones are just cards that will pull a random Lightbearer or Wilder or Mauler hero. So that's what those are. This is another event. This is the limited event to buy stuff now. Like half of the stuff is just the game trying to make you buy stuff, which is fine. But make sure you're doing that. And then make sure you're collecting your quest on the top right. Make sure you do your dailies every day, because you do get a lot of free stuff in your dailies and weeklies. And you'll get a ton of stuff from your campaign quests. So make sure you're doing those as well. Make sure you're adding people on your friends list so you can send and receive to get those free summons. You can add people just by going here and just spam applying to everyone. You can see here there's just a lot of people I can really just spam if I want. And that is about it. That is, see, I got one to say, boom. Send and receive. But that's everything. I'm trying to think if there's anything I'm missing. I think that's pretty much everything. From a very big view, top-down view. As I progress, I think I'll probably make an updated one that's like more of a mid-game focused guide. But I think this is a pretty all-around, beginner guide, and hopefully that's helpful. If there's anything I missed, make sure you leave in the comments, or anything that you think is helpful for beginners, whether you're a beginning player yourself or if you're a veteran, but you think it is information that would be helpful for new players to know. Make sure you leave that in the comments. See, I don't even know what I did, but I got got some free stuff by sending some companion points. So there you go. But thank you guys for watching. If you want more content like this, make sure you like and subscribe below. Sorry my voice is a little nasally. I've getting over a cold that's just not going away. I feel fine, but I just sound weird. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for everyone who joined the stream yesterday. I'll be doing another one on Tuesday. Hopefully, I will make that available for everyone to join if you want to join, because I have a lot of polls that I want to do on this account, but you can see here, I am saving them for my stream so people can watch, which is really hard because I just want to spin them so I can keep progressing farther. But thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this and have a great rest of your day. Peace.